delight to have Captain Cedric Williams, who's the Public Information Community Liaison Officer with the North Las Vegas Fire Department, with us. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Here.
I'm very honored even to be here, so thank you very much.
We're going to talk a little bit about a project that I think is very fascinating and probably ought to be very successful. It's the NorthStar's Safety Village. The STARS is safety training and rescue skills. Can you tell us a little bit about what that project is?
Well, the NorthStar Safety Village is a project we've actually been working on now for 4 years or so. Myself and the team that we've put together. It is basically a facility where kids all ages can come and learn everything from basic fire safety up to internet predator safety and anything in between. So we think it will literally change the way we're able to educate and really help train our kids in safety. So I think that it allows for a really hands-on experience for kids, and I'm amazed because I have a 5-year-old and they retain stuff so well. Stuff we've talked about a year or two ago, my son has the ability to recall and talk about. And so I think this will be a great opportunity to really change the way that our kids think about safety.
Could you describe how it's going to work?
What would happen is once the village is built, it's a 10-acre, 5/8 scale village.
Will be buildings and...
There will be buildings and there will be a townscape pretty much similar to what you would see in Las Vegas. It's a 5/8 scale small town of Las Vegas. It will have classroom settings. It'll have a full street area with houses and businesses, and where the kids can learn about bicycle safety, car safety. There'll be a replica of a room there where kids will learn if there is a smoke or fire in the home, how to properly escape. We will have computers there and talk about computer safety and things that kids should be looking out for, things they shouldn't be in, or chat rooms that they shouldn't visit and stuff like that. It'll be a great opportunity really to get a hands-on, one-on-one opportunity with many of these kids that we don't necessarily always get the opportunity to do. We go into schools and we see kids once or twice during their lifespan in that setting. But this will give them, from the time they're in kindergarten all the way through high school, opportunities to come out and really learn about, not just the kids as well. We're talking about the parents, we're talking about seniors, because there'll be senior fall safety and there'll be programs there for them as well. So our big point is to really push education and prevention. I think as firefighters, we don't mind coming to your house, but if we can avoid having to come there, that's our goal and that's the mission.
I have a very deep fondness for firefighters. When I was a very small boy and moved from Idaho to California, before we could move into a house, we stayed in a hotel motel, which was right next door to a fire station. And it was during the summer. I spent, and I guess it had to be 2 months before we got into the place. I bugged those poor guys. I mean, I was there every single day, learned how to play ping pong, learned how, watched them train, and they were the most gracious, giving group of guys I'd ever known.
You know, in my experience, and I haven't met people like firefighters are traditionally, because there's hardly any time that you can't ask one of them to volunteer or to do something in the community. We really try to reach out a lot. My first experience was with the fire department was in California as well. As a young kid, I almost was killed in a fire. At about the age of, I guess I was about 3rd grade or so. Brothers playing with matches, so on and so forth, and I remember firefighters coming. And that was my first experience with firefighters. And I literally want to go back and kind of find those people. You know, full circle now. I don't know if that has anything to do with why I'm a firefighter today, but that was my first experience. And we just want to make sure to make a difference. Before I leave this department, that village will be built. I think that we have the good foundation. We've done a lot of our due diligence. We just need to really reach out and knock on the right doors to make sure that it happens. So.
Interacting with young people when you're an authority figure, which firefighters and policemen are, is extremely important, because bad relations can produce bitter fruit down the road. Good relations can give you community support.
Yes, I totally agree. I didn't grow up, we were basically poor. And so I grew up not well to do at all. And so growing up, I remember going to different camps and doing all kinds of stuff that were community partners would come in and try to get us out of our environment and take us off to the mountains and do things of that nature and really try to connect. My life has been about doing that. I coach a USA track and field team now for about 17 years, kids from 6 to 18 and so on and so forth, and really tried to give back a little bit of what was given to me. And so doesn't pay at all, but the reward is when you have those kids come back and they remember what you've done, and they have kids that now run for me or whatever, or they come back and coach for you, or they're doctors or they're lawyers or whatever they've chosen to do. It just opened avenues that normally wouldn't have been achieved.
How long have you been with the North Las Vegas Fire Department?
We are almost on 17 years. It'll be 17 years this year. I started pretty young. I was 22, 23 years old when I became a firefighter and had that dream come to fruition for me. Before that, I went to the military. We talked about worked for the U.S. Postal Service for 2 years as soon as I got out, and then I became a firefighter on the whim that a man came to me in a laundromat and saw me there and asked me had I ever thought about being a firefighter. First time I thought about it. You know, I had experience here and there with fire department, but the dream wasn't in me at that point. But as soon as he lit the match, you know, it was 6 months later I was being offered a job. So
certainly North Las Vegas as a community has undergone tremendous growth in the last few years. What kind of pressure has that put on as far as your ability to serve all of that population?
When I first became a firefighter, one of the things North Las Vegas, I always heard when we were there, which I didn't necessarily agree with, but we're so used to doing more with less. We want to do more with less, more with less. Well, when I come from such a humble beginning, and then you have such a big boom, and if it goes away, well, I've been used to being in the humble beginning, so at least we understand where we've come from, and in order to be able to come through this storm that we're going through right now, I think that we have an opportunity. It just makes us have to be more creative. You don't have the money or the checkbook at your whim. You've got to do things. We don't necessarily always get paid for the things that we do, but we do it because we love doing it. And so even with all the cuts, we've been able to maintain our programs. We've been able to reach out and create more partnerships. More communities now are more willing to have partnerships because we're all in the same boat. We're all, struggling. So I think that has afforded us great opportunity to build relationships that otherwise wouldn't have been that way. So I don't think of it as being, we don't have the monies that we used to have, but I don't think of it as reasons to close the doors. We still have to do business. We've still got work to do. And I've got a great team around me that are helping make sure that happens.
If folks wanted to help out with the NorthStar Safety Village, how could they do so?
Well, they could go to our website, which is www.cnlvfd.com. And on there, on the left-hand side of the screen is a link called Safety Village. From there, the Safety Village itself has its own website. There's sponsorship opportunities that they'll be able to see there. They can also call me in my office. All my phones are public, so they can call anytime. My office is 702-633-1111. That's my direct office. My cell is 702-292-9127, and they can call there as well anytime. As the public information officer, I'm on 24 hours, so anyone can call me at any time.
Captain, I appreciate you taking time. I know you're always busy to come, and congratulate you on the good work that the department's doing and that you're doing. And will you come back and keep us updated as to what's happening? I would love to keep you updated. Thank you so much for having us. It's a great opportunity. I'm just really honored. Thank you. Thank you.